the day. From SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, it's Week 6 of the NFL on EA Sports.
We are pleased, as always, to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Carolina Panthers and the Los Angeles Rams. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. That one complete to his receiver, Jennings. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An early statement on the game's first play. 18 yards and a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Second and inches.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
The tackle made back at midfield.
From midfield now. And that's knocked away and incomplete. Well, that's a perfect example of how he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's game. He is just all around the football right now, isn't he?
That he is, and it's funny because I talked with the coaching staff about drills that they do in practice, and one of them is called matching hands. And as soon as that hand is launched by the quarterback, you throw up the opposite hand and match that hand with the QB, and oftentimes you're able to knock it away, as we just saw there.
Foster, off play action. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Throw over the middle, taken in, and they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
And the Panthers.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 more on that one and another first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Yeah, he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. The last run got 9. That leaves him with second and a yard.
Brings up second and 1.
Off the play fake. Foster. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. On 1st and 10, Foster. And he's going to look that one in one-handed. catch for the touchdown. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This will make it into the end zone, and this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
So the Rams coming back onto the field, their second drive of the game. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Fisher. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Down the middle of the field, and they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
He's brought down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
They're going to be incomplete.
Intended for number 83. Incomplete. It's 4th down.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. From the gun, Foster. The quick slant caught. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown.
Touchdown.
From 10 yards out. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
And the Rams getting set to go now. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. The Rams on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Now Burrow. This pass to Jennings, and he makes the catch. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. When it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Panthers will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice the hula hoops where they place them and try to put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try to put the football in.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
And 10 at the 9-yard line.
On 2nd down, it's Glenn. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Brings up
2nd and 10 now from the 27. Here's Grant. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Foster now on 3rd down. It's complete to Grant. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Complete.
That third down conversion good for 23.
Gain of 23.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
46-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8.
Off-play action. Foster. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And they do finally get him, but he makes it all the way to the 6. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. And it is now 21-0. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards.
Set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. And the Rams now coming out on the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
3rd down and 11.
One more time, they'll keep it on the ground. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. Taken in at the 11. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. The final shot before break. Foster. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. He's picked up just shy of midfield. So we reach half. You want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it.
Rams, nothing.
The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. Taking it about the 1. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
So here are the Panthers set to take over. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. Now Foster to throw. Off the play fake. And that is incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Now Foster from the gun on third down. Looking left side, and it's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
On first down, Grant. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Here's Foster on 1st and 10. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Number 81.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a first down on a gain of 10. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
They'll run on first down. It's Grant. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
Taken down.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Off the play fake. Foster. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Panthers add on to their lead.
Lining up for the extra.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go.
Nothing.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And it is 28-0. And this carries into the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out come the Rams. They'll have it first here to begin the third quarter. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. You might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting. This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Burrow toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the third quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle, looking at each other.
And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
On 3rd down, you'll give them that. You just want to make sure that you play the first down line. They were able to get him down and force the punt.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. He'll field this at the 5. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that second score here in the third quarter. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down. That time a little misdirection really seemed to fool the defense.
And think of it this way. From the time you're in high school, you're taught to watch film and pick up tendencies. Sometimes they can use those against you, though, when they break their own tendencies and hit you back the opposite direction, huh?
Well, nearly a disaster there on the check down, but they'll get it back.
Intended for number 30.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Foster, off play action. That's complete to his running back, Grant. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
Foster now to throw on 3rd down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15-yard line.
Intercepted. The Rams take over 1st and 10. At the
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Now it's Burrow. And he's got it. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Rams use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 28-7 ball game. Taken in at the 3. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
One incomplete. Charles, you said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
From the gun on 3rd down, Foster. And he comes back with one complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It'll go as a gain of 33, and that play started back at their own 33.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout, and actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the third quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the fourth quarter is ours, and they certainly weren't kidding.
The ball carried.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Down at the 30-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup.
They'll keep it on the ground. Winters, and inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards there and a first down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat it.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. From 19 yards away. And the Panthers add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning, right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
This will make it into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this fourth quarter. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Joe Burrow's sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. On 2nd down, Burrow. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
On 3rd down, Burrow. And he's got his man in stride, complete. There he goes, right side. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Rams are able to draw a bit closer. It's good, and it's now 35-14. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And it looks like the Panthers' hands team does its job. They're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Now Foster to throw. Throwing on 1st down. And that is incomplete.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one. And oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the 4th quarter.
And some nice running going to get him down close to a 1st down at the Rams 35. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he is going to have a Panthers 1st down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
1st down, Carolina.
So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Foster. And a quick throw here that's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
On 2nd down now, it's Grant. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
Now Foster off the play fake. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16. Well, clear running situation. Try to take time off the clock. You ran the previous play. Set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they'd shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit him over the top.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. The previous run, good for 9. Here's second, and he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This will make it into the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
L.A. set to take over again on offense. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. If they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one.
At the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They're passing here. Joe Burrow to the right side. It's caught by Mitchell. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Burrow will throw. And Jennings has it. Touchdown! A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Rams are able to cut into this lead.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
21.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Taking it about the 1. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further, as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here, as they try to finish things off in this 4th quarter, and that current 5-game win streak looking like it's going to go to 6. Here's Foster. Off play action. Oh, he's got him in wide open, complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That's good for 28 yards.
First down, Panthers.
On first down, Grant. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Down, Carolina.
looks like he'll throw here. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. From the gun, Foster. His throw caught at about the 5. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're